Hey, everybody. It's Conversations with Elgin. And today I have my good friend, Rodney Johnson. Most of you probably know Rodney, but those that don't know him, you're about to get a treat. Rodney and I are just going to have conversations and kind of talk about a few things. I have to tell you, though, this guy has been a top producing real estate professional for as long as I've been a real estate professional. Take the top out of mine, right?
A long time too, right?
Rodney's been great, and welcome Rodney to this. So Rodney,
Woohoo!
hey man. So first question:
Uh-huh.
how are you making it right now? Since we've been stay at home, safe at home, whatever you want to call it. How things have been going for you personally?
Well, they've been going good. There are times that my wife and I just want to go, let's get out of here. And like, we'll go walk a track. We've had major life changes in the last year and a half. After you sent me this video, which I said, told my son who's been in the business with me for 12 or 13 years, I said, watch this video Elgin sent. And he got about halfway through and he says, Dad, we're doing this. So anyway, it took me a couple of months to get that going because I was a part owner in a Berkshire Hathaway office and I had to get out of that ownership position. And so February 1st of 2019, I joined EXP. My wife and I also sold our house and we moved to Westlake Village and we became dorm parents for a brand new boarding school at Oaks Christian High School in Westlake Village. And so we have been dorm parents up until March to 24 boys from China and one boy from Laguna Beach. and
Wow. Okay.
so two really big life changes there. But one of the things that the school did, half of the building where the dorm is still commercial office space. So I leased a small space there. And so I just literally walked down the hall to go to work. So if I need to get out of the apartment that we're in fact, you can see it behind me here. It was, I can do that. And also we have access to another large lounge that we have. I bought my grand piano. It's sitting there. We have a table, ping pong table, foosball, all this kind of stuff. So, we can do that if we want to. But I'm so ready for this to be over with. I can tell you, I am ready.
I get it. So, hey man, so for those again that don't know you, how long have you been in the business?
Well, I moved, as I said, February 1st, 2019. February 5th of this year was my 33rd anniversary of being in real estate.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
For 32 of those years, I was with the same company. Now we were three different names. When I started out, we were Century 21, and then in 2006, they did not renew the Century 21 franchise, and we became Prudential California Realty, and then Prudential sold, and Berkshire Hathaway Home Services took over. So that was what the last 5 years I had had an ownership interest in Berkshire Hathaway.
Right. That's crazy. It's funny, but I remember you from the Century 21 days over there too. I mean, you were like,
Jack, right?
you and maybe one other agent that I have remembered from that office. It just seemed like you were the only person there. Obviously, I know you probably the business you were doing, but it's crazy. Let me ask you this for some people that don't know that may be looking to do this. You're one of the, in my opinion, one of the better agents that I personally know as far as being able to break into not only a luxury market, but also continue to do what we can say is quote unquote more normal sales. I mean, I've seen you do condos. I've seen you do stuff in other areas. Yeah, I fooled around and accidentally watched something like HGTV or a Millionaire Listed, and all of a sudden I see you scroll across the screen. How do you manage? How do you manage to make yourself relevant in those different markets? And I know you've also been able to do celebrity type real estate things as well. How are you able to balance all areas of your real estate game?
Tell you a funny story. I met a middle-aged celebrity a year ago at a soccer game, and we talked for about 45 minutes. And toward the end of it, he says, "So where do you get your business?" And I said, "Well, you know, a lot of people do it through farming, and I do have a luxury farm in Chatsworth.
Okay.
I work and I get some business out of that." And I said, you know, it's past clients or centers of influence, that type of thing. I said, but mine is old celebrity Republicans. Because I had represented a deceased celebrity who was a Republican, and one who's 85 years old who's a Republican.
Right. Okay.
But anyway, I wanted to say to him, but I'd like to move into the middle-aged celebrities now.
Right.
But as far as like finding them, a lot of those I found through my church. I was involved in a 10,000 member church in Van Nuys for 32 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I knew a lot of people there, and there were a lot of celebrities that came and went through that time. And so that's how I met a lot of them for the celebrity aspect of it. But also, as I said, I have a geographic farm with luxury homes as well too. But I think part of it too, Elgin, you said, how do you break into that? I think first off is having a goal. I had a specific goal. And when I was with Century 21, I had that goal, and I did a few here and there, but the brand held me back on that.
Mm-hmm.
We got into Prudential and Berkshire Hathaway. It wasn't an issue anymore as far as the company brand. And it's not an issue now with EXP as well either. By the way, I did take, and I'm now luxury certified with EXP Realty too.
That doesn't surprise me. That's fantastic. That's pretty cool. Those are cool stories.
We're actually signing off this week on a $26,000 a month lease right now.
Wow. I don't know what's better. You signing off and putting something together for $26,000 a month, or there's somebody out there that can afford to pay $26,000 a month to lease. That's crazy. That would be a pretty cool commission for a lease, though. That'll make you do rentals. Yeah.
So it's decent. You know, it's like selling a condo or something.
Right. That's great, man. Congratulations on that. And now speaking of EXP, so beside me, you know, bugging you, kind of slightly twisting. I didn't twist hard. Just, you know, a little twist here and there, this little, hey, guess what I'm doing type thing.
Right.
After you saw the video and shared it with your son, RJ, and for those of you that don't know, he's got a terrific son who just got married,
yes.
Which was great. And Papa over here officiated the ceremony.
I did.
There's us dads out there can really appreciate that moment. But what after you looked at the video and spoke to your son, what really attracted you to EXP? I mean, you're already well established. You know, you're already making, you know, good money. Have an outstanding career. What is it that you saw that made honestly a superstar decide to make a transition?
There were two things, Elgin. The first was I looked at my income from 2017, and between the franchise fee and the cut for Berkshire Hathaway, I paid them a total of $95,000. Had I been with EXP that year, I would have got paid $16,000. So I basically left $80,000 on the table, and I was what we call icon status. Those of you who are in EXP will know what icon status is, which means after you've capped the $16,000, then you do another 20 deals, or you do 500,000 in sales. I did both actually that year. And so I would have gotten the $16,000 back. So, wow. So that was number one. That was like, whoa, I left $80,000 on the table here, and and gotten the other $16,000 back into company stock. Well, which, by the way, I just looked at my company stock the other day, and in spite of the pandemic and everything else, we're still above water. You know,
Absolutely.
that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing too was the revenue share. I thought, you know, I've been doing this for now 33 years, and I don't want to continue having to do that for, you know, another 15 years or something. I want to be able to take off and go to San Antonio and see my kids there, and take off and go to Washington, D.C. and see my kids there. You know, take my grandson camping or whatever it might be, you know, with RJ. So there's just those types of things that I want to be able to do. And the revenue share was a big thing for me. And so I want to really ramp that up in this coming year. I have sponsored 5 people right now, but I want to get that to 25 very quickly, and then 40, of course.
Absolutely. You know, I envision you at 25 pretty quick. You know, every now and then, off record, off camera, I kind of nudge Rodney like, dude, come on, man, I want you to build that team up because of all the influence that you have. So I know that you will. That's just a matter of it's just a matter of time. You can already see where it's going for you.
Right. You know, Elgin, one of the things that I've been doing now for over 20 years, I try to encourage myself daily. King David in the Bible says that he encouraged himself in the Lord. I try to encourage myself too, and I do that with 3-word phrases. They're like an imperative sentence, like take the shot, follow your heart, go the distance, that type of thing. And I've even coined a phrase for it. I call it a transpiration phrase. And so one of the things that I do, I name my year, name your year. And so in 2018, I named it a year of travel. I thought, oh, this is going to be great. I'm going to be able to do some public speaking and all this other kind of stuff. And the travel was 5 times going to Missouri to see my dad before he died.
Yeah.
I know you lost your dad too recently, and so I know you relate to that.
Absolutely.
But as I was driving home from Missouri after his funeral, I was thinking about the year, and I didn't hear an audible voice, but I heard a voice that said, the year of travel is over, and the year of winning is beginning. And it was right after that you sent me the video. And so I've got to believe that joining EXP is part of my winning strategy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a great story. And you and I had discussions where we were going through the same thing around the same time. And
Yeah.
You know, I think it's funny that people will look at us and at other people because of what we do, or maybe more in the public eye, and that those they see us in real estate people and whatever in marketing and stuff, and I think that people forget that we have the same challenges, we have the same things. You know, it's not like it's not like the pandemic doesn't affect us like it doesn't. Life and death and everything else in between. I know that you handled yourself very honorably during that time, and I'm sure that your parents are very proud of how you did. I know as a friend I am, and I know how tough it was for you. And besides being a great real estate agent, you touched on it with your phrase for a minute, but you're also published author. And if you guys get a chance, you should take a read. Rodney provided me a copy of his book, and it's a good book. So it's a really good book. And I also had the pleasure, if you remember that night, I came to see you at one of your, I don't want to call it a contest, but your public speaking events that you were speaking in. You're very good. Very good, and the whole bow tie, and had a nice little brand to it, a great flow with your speaking. You're a pretty accomplished man.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, I would like to do more of that. In fact, what you're referring to about the book, I'm about to relaunch the website. It's called Transpiration.com. So you put TR in front of the word inspiration. Transpiration, it's from the prefix tri, which means three, and then inspiration, which means to inspire, of course. So I want to inspire people to take positive steps on a daily basis with 3-word imperative commands. We give them to ourselves, and then we can share them with other people in hopes of encouraging them as well, too. So it's going to be launching next week, the second week of May. And you can also, actually, you can get a copy of the free ebook of Recognize Your Significance, which is 52 ways to see the opportunity, take inspired action, and live the dream. And I've been living the dream for 61 years now.
Wow, 61 years young. That's fantastic, man. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, you guys that are on the Zoom call, I'm not saying that this was my friend, because obviously he's here, but you should pick up a copy of it. You should pick up a copy of this book. It's actually it's a well-written book, in my opinion. I thought it was a great book. So as you can see, we have great people here on our EXP team. I've been blessed to now work with my friend of so many years, and there's a lot that's going on. I think that there are a lot of really like-minded individuals. We're looking to help as many people as we can. Hoping that you guys got some value out of this. And Rodney, is there anything that you would like to say, touch on before we close?
Sure. You had asked me at the beginning, how are we doing with this whole, stay-at-home type of thing? We're watching a lot of Netflix. But this past weekend, I was watching season 4 of Sherlock, the BBC series with Benedict Cumberbatch. And I had a come to God meeting watching that. I won't give away the whole thing, but bottom line, Dr. Watson's wife saved Sherlock Holmes's life. She took a bullet that was meant for him, and she died. And so this episode was working through this whole thing. But at the very end, Sherlock and Watson had a conversation, and Watson said to her, not to her, he said to Sherlock, he said, "You didn't kill Mary, my wife. She chose to save your life, and I don't blame you." And this was what got me, was Sherlock responded by saying, "In saving my life, she conferred a value on it. It is a currency I don't know how to spend." I go, wow.
Wow.
We do that all the time. We confer a value on things. We confer, in real estate, we confer a value on a house. And hopefully the seller believes us when we confer that value. But taking it back to the spiritual, oh my goodness, we've been conferred, there's been a value conferred on our lives. And so what are we doing with that currency? How are we spending it? That really, it's still speaking to me, 6 days later, and going, wow, what am I doing with this opportunity I've been giving with EXP Realty? There's definitely a value there. There's a value for the agents, and there's a value for our sellers and buyers. So how am I spending that currency? That's been what I've been looking at a lot over the last week. And I need to say right now, Alexa, turn off. I don't know if you heard that or not, but all of a sudden opera was singing.
It was pretty apropos for what you were describing. So don't worry, it worked out pretty good.
Yeah. So anyway, I've just been thinking about that. I've had a value conferred on my life. Now, how am I going to spend that? How am I going to share that with other real estate agents? How am I going to share that with people who want to sell, who want to buy? Yeah, it was a deep totally unexpected moment watching Netflix.
You know what though? Yeah, those words are true. I feel your passion for what you just said. That I'll probably think about that the rest of the day. I don't know if I should say, man, why did you do that to me? Or should I just say, man, thank you so much? But you're absolutely right. That's powerful.
Do the latter. Thank you so much.
You really are. What is the currency of your, what is the, oh, that's fair. I like that.
Do you want me to say it one more time?
What is the currency of your life?
Yeah, well, so he said, in saving my life, she conferred a value on it.
Value.
Yeah. It is a currency I don't know how to spend.
Yeah,
So I've been thinking about that. Okay, there's been a value conferred on my life. How am I spending that currency?
Yeah, that's fantastic. I don't think I can follow up with anything after that other than Rodney, my friend, and great realtor, but my friend. I really appreciate you taking the time out. I know how busy you are as well. And I want to thank you so much. Thank you so much for being a part of our team. But again, thank you more for being my friend. So I know that you add value to my life, and I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, man. Tell your family hello. And
Well,
I hope you guys got some value from us. And we look forward to continuing the process. If you have any questions or anything you want to talk about as far as questions with EXP, you can reach out to either one of us, reach out to Rodney. If you have questions for Rodney, I'm sure that he'll take the time to help you like he does everyone. So I can say, God bless everybody. Thank you, and thank you again, Rodney. Have a good rest of your day, brother.
bye-bye.